Hello, my name is Desmond Blair, and I am going to show you how to create a very simple art project, something that you and your family can do, quick and easy abstract painting. The principles that it tries to get across or it should teach are balance, composition, and depending on which colors you choose, you can use complementary colors, warm colors, cool colors, a mix of both. But basically what we're learning about in this project, and I'm gonna have my little helper show you in just a second what we ended up doing. We're learning how to use colors to create a balanced, unified composition. And we're also learning how to use texture on top of maybe like a flatter surface and things like that. So to get started, again, with the colors, you can do this several ways. You can use primary color scheme, secondary color scheme, warm colors, cool colors, colors that complement each other. But what you want to do is you want to make sure you have a light color. I'm going to use colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. So you want to make sure you have a light color for the background or a lighter color for the background. So for me, this is going to be yellow, and I'm doing this with acrylic paint. You want to have a mid-tone, and when we start laying down texture, for the texture, I had my little helpers, as you'll see, use their hands, but you could use a sponge, you can use paper towel, you can use just kind of anything you can grab around the house, and we'll dab it in like our mid-tone to get some texture. And then you'll have your darker color too, right? And so this will kind of lay the background. And so we'll start with this when we start laying down texture over our lighter color to ground things. So we're gonna go flat background, ground things, and start to add some design and texture with our darker color, work our way back up to our mid-tone, and then ultimately the final color that we're gonna have is white. So white to just kind of give it some pop at the end. And I'll show you a completed piece after you check out this time lapse. So time lapse my kiddos or my little assistants helping me with this, and just kind of gave them a free range to pick their colors. But things that are important to pay attention to are contrast, placement, and composition, because overall you want to use the patterns or the textures that you use to create patterns on top of your flat color to create balance, right? And so the easiest way to show you is just to let them go ahead and take it away, and then I'll show you an example of a finished product at the end. So when it's all said and done, you should end up with something like this. In this case, my daughter decided to invert it. So she started with a darker background and worked her way lighter progressively. So we used our orange as like our first layer. The yellow is the second layer, and then just kind of centered it, since this is a smaller canvas, with the white in the middle to kind of center the viewer's focal point. And so what we're looking for, again, here, this is just about taking what you have, using the texture to create an abstract design that has balance, has some unity going on. There is a color scheme, it's a warmer color scheme. So we're learning about colors, balance, and unity with this project. So that being said, I hope you all have fun and don't overthink it. Just have a good time. Again, I did this with acrylic paint. So acrylic paint, sponges, water, hands, or my hands. Those are the only things you'll need, and you just have fun.